Hi everybody, it's Megan, Thermo Gourmand, your online and in-person consultant from Albany. I put a post up on Facebook recently showing my Grissini, and everyone was keen to see how I make it. Well, it's really simple. They're basically just breadsticks. It's just bread. The only difference is it has more oil. So the recipe, which I'll pop below and I'll have it on my website as well, is simply 300 grams of water, 2 teaspoons of dried yeast, and 500 grams of strong bread flour. The only difference between this recipe and the normal cookie dough bread recipe, is it's 80 grams of oil. Now, of course, it's got salt as well, but this time I put in my Greek seasoning, and I'll put a link to that as well. I wouldn't normally put too much seasoning in the breadsticks because they're to go with dip, and you don't want to overwhelm the dip flavour. And my dip is actually going to be, that's my oven telling me it's ready, it's 220 degrees C. My dip that I'm going to make is simply my caramelised red onion chutney mixed with a bit of cream cheese and sour cream. And actually, even without the sour cream and cream cheese, it is fabulous with the breadsticks because I tried them out yesterday. All right, so my bread has risen in its bowl. Okay, it's doubled its size, it's beautiful. And I'm going to tip it out. Pop it into a greased bowl, of course. There we go, and it is gorgeous. Let's just pop this down. Now, it's going to take a little while to cut all the grissini and roll it. So I'm not going to have the whole lot of the dough out. I'm actually going to break it into 4. Using this is the best thing. Mix shop. Find them at the mix shop. Pop me down as your consultant. Absolutely fantastic. And if you're using the bread mat, it won't cut. It's brilliant. Okay, and it scrapes all the flour off your bench. So I'm going to pop these back in the bowl, these bits, just around the edge like that so they don't stick too much, and cover them up. And I'm going to just work with this one. Now, when you deal with dough and it's not behaving or it's stretching back, it means it hasn't had enough rising time. It's not rested enough. But there are ways around it. You just do this and it behaves. But mine is beautifully ready. And we just want to get a little square, okay, or a little rectangle really. And cutting off a piece a bit like that, something like that. All right, moving to the area that doesn't have any flour, sorry. And I'm going to show you simply how I roll it. I might move you back a bit. It's just from the middle out. Okay, and just like that. Now you can see it's popping back a bit, and I'll show you what to do when it does that. You want it fairly thin. Okay, it's stretching back. So what I do is, I don't want them that long. I'm going to cut in half. I'm just going to put them aside. They need to rest while I do some more. Now they bake at 220. I'll just put them further away, actually over there. At 220 for my oven, 10 minutes. It could be 8, it could be 6 in yours. It depends on the type of oven. But just keep an eye on the first lot to make sure they don't burn. Now, after you've baked the whole lot, pop them on a rack as they bake, because you're going, there's a lot. There's a lot of dough here. Okay, there's 800 grams of dough. So you're going to make a lot of these. After you've baked them all, pop them back on the tray in the oven. It doesn't matter if they're sitting on top of each other. And turn the oven off. And just let them dry out, basically. and they will crisp up. Now you can see that these first two that I did have puffed up a little bit. So they've rested. I've given them that resting time. So now I'm going to stretch them out even more. And it's a very light movement. Okay, so that is looking pretty good. That's how I want it. Popping it on my rose gold tray. And you can put them really close to each other because they don't really puff up a great deal. So there we go. There's another one. If there's a lot of flour on them, you'll find that they just slide on the bench, but keep going. You'll eventually get that rolling business happening. That's a little bit longer, that one. And honestly, it doesn't matter. I think Grissini just means breadstick, really. I should look that up, actually, find out exactly what it does mean. See, this one's got a bit of flour and it doesn't really want to roll. In that case, I twist it. All right, like that. And I get a nice twisty one. Pop it on the tray. So basically, yep, they're breadsticks, really. But they're thinner and crunchy. They break, they crunch, they crack. So they're a little bit different from breadsticks. If you do want actual breadsticks, just make them a little bit thicker. Or leave them to rise on the tray. Separate them and leave them to do a second rise. And you're going to get breadsticks. You wouldn't bake them at quite the higher heat. Probably only 200. Okay, so there's my little breadsticks on the tray. And here's my Grissini from yesterday. And they're just awesome. Look at them. There's a twisty one there. And they're crunchy. They're, yep, absolutely brilliant. Just so easy to make. I've made, well, masses already. And I'm going to make some more because they keep for ages because they're dried out. So I hope you enjoyed watching me make that Grissini, and make some yourself and let me know how you go. Okay, thanks for watching.